Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today via remote is our friend Lara from Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection. Lara, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm safe and I'm healthy and I'm happy about that. So doing the best I can.
That's good. And we love this remote location with the pink wall. This is amazing.
I will tell my family that you like the pink wall in the kitchen. There was not a lot of consensus at the time, so check one for me.
Yeah, exactly. Today we're going to be talking about student loan relief. I like the title here, Student Loan Relief, the real story. And try to understand and navigate here that there's been some forgiveness, if you will, and some different terms and changes to this. Kind of set this up for us, what we're talking about here.
Right. We call it the real story because a lot of times the scammers try to take what's true and turn it into a totally different story to take advantage of you. So the real story is the federal government came out with the CARES Act. And part of the CARES Act, it provides the stimulus checks that a lot of people are familiar with, but it also provides relief to student loan borrowers for some of their federal loans. What's important about this is a couple things. It is not all of your loans. So we encourage you to call your servicers and find out which loans are actually eligible. Private loans would not be eligible, just certain federal loans. And the other important thing is, in order to get relief, you don't have to do anything. What is going to happen is the federal government will put these loans into forbearance without your needing to take any action. And what happens is the loan payments will be delayed in the future. When the forbearance ends, you'll have to start paying them, and then your payment terms will be longer than they originally were. They'll be 2 months longer. But during this time of forbearance, no interest will accrue and no payments are due. And again, student loan borrowers do not have to do anything for that to happen. Now, if they want to keep paying, they can, and they should, because again, if you don't pay, you're going to have to pay it ultimately. So if you have the money to keep paying, you should contact your servicers and continue to pay. The forbearance is retroactive, actually. It's retroactive to March 13th. And it will last until September 30th. So from March 13th to September 30th, there are certain federal loans that will not be collected and will not accrue interest. That is the real story. Well, the fake story is that any of this requires action or costs money or requires you to give personal identifying information to somebody that calls you. And that's, as we know, how scammers take advantage of federal programming. So if you get any calls or emails or texts or social media pop-ups saying, click here to get your federal student loan relief, give us some money to get to fill out an application for your federal student loan relief, give us some personal identifying information to get federal student loan relief, ignore all of those things. That is a scam, and they're trying to take advantage of you.
Yeah, that's it's one of those too good to be true pieces there. What stands out first in the scam component of this? Have you guys received any reports on the scams in particular, one way or the other, or is this more on a national front that be aware that they've got reports? How are they coming in?
There are reports nationally of activity around student loan scams, and the reason for that is there's a significant amount of money involved here. And as we know, anytime there's a significant amount of money or a significant amount of debt, you're going to see, you are going to see scammers that are going to try to take advantage of that and try to relieve you of that debt as fast as they can to help you. And the reality is, you're right. If it's too good to be true, if someone's telling you they can get rid of your debt faster, cheaper, it's a scam, and you should rely on solid sources for information. So you should contact your servicer. There's also information on the U.S. Department of Education's website that tells you all about the relief. But it's important to know that not all federal loans are included. So don't think, okay, I don't have to pay any of my debt at all. There are certain federal loans that aren't included, and your private loans are not included. So we encourage people to make sure they contact their servicers, they get the information that they need about this program, and they by no means pay to get the help or give their social security number or anything affiliated with your student loans to an entity or a third party that you don't know and trust.
I see here in this story that automatic debit payments will be suspended. Would you recommend overall just stopping that or checking in on that? Because I assume that could be, not only could that be just bad in general, that you think they were being paid and they were stopped, but also, again, could be one of those scam pieces as well as saying, hey, you need to stop your payment because you're going to be charged interest or something. Any suggestions on that front?
Yes, that's a great idea. You should always stay on top of your finances in that way and understand what automatic payments are being shut down. So, for instance, they're supposed to be shut down, but there may be a problem with your banker. So, yes, do your due diligence, call your servicer, figure out which loans are covered, call your bank, and ensure that you understand that the loans are not being collected if you don't want them to. If you want them to continue to be collected, then tell the bank you want those payments to keep going, because you're still in a finance. Some people still have a job and still can make payments on their loans. Other people can't. And that's the reason for this relief. But by all means, take the initiative to talk to your bank and make sure that those automatic payments are being stopped if you want them to, and call your servicer and make sure you understand which loans are being put in forbearance and which ones aren't. So if you need to be making some payments, you're still doing that.
All right. The easy question of the day, where can we find out more information? And if we think we've been scammed, where can we report that?
You should contact DATCP, and we'd like to hear these. We like to hear whether you've been scammed so we can help you. But even if you haven't, give us a call at 1-800-422-7128. Let us know what you're seeing. If you have questions or concerns about anything related to the COVID crisis, we have people at our hotline that can direct you to the resources that you need and resolve the complaints that you may be experiencing.
Perfect. Lara, always a great pleasure to have you on the show. Take it safe out there, and tell your family we love. Fact TV loves the pink wall, and that's all that matters.
All right. Be safe and stay healthy.
All right. You as well. We appreciate our time always with Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection, Lara and Michelle helping us out and keeping you protected. Hit up the website. So many great facts out there and resources that help you navigate through anything and everything you could possibly think of when it comes to scams. And again, helping out on that COVID-19 stuff as well. Take a quick break. You are watching Talking Fitch.